What's up, you guys? Welcome to this video. Let's paint. You already know the deal. You know the technique. I decided to skip the background this time because I wanted to do something a little different. I was kind of iffy and really didn't know if the background was going to turn out the way it is. So if you notice, I'm working differently, designing the background first, adding these clouds. This painting that I'm working on is very heavily inspired by George Condo. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him before, but he's an amazing artist. Really heavily inspired by Picasso and some of the other greater artists from the earlier pop era. He's just still popping artist. Did the album cover for Kanye, Twisted Dark Fantasy. But yeah, so get a chance, check him out. George Condo, he's the one that inspired this painting for me. Pretty much what I wanted to do is I wanted to play around with these elements of art. I've been teaching my class lately pretty much the basics of art, the main components in order to create a masterpiece, or in order to create a nice art piece. You have to know the basic elements, pretty much. Line, shape, form, space, color, texture. All those are like super important when it comes to art. And what I try to do is I try to incorporate all of those elements of art in this painting that I'm working with right now. Color, I'm gonna keep it real simple with the colors. You're gonna see how limited this color palette is gonna be. I allowed the background to do a lot of the talking because I wanted to have a lot of space in the artwork. Not actual physical outer space, but we're going to play on that as well. But with this painting, because you know I love space, but I wanted to actually play around with the negative space of a painting. This painting is pretty big, pretty decent size. This red figure is just a natural shape, not a natural shape, of a organic shape. Just wanted to play around with just big bold shapes. As you see, I'm adding this blue circle in the background, pretty much behind this shape. I want this to pretty much show like the basic shapes and try to create like a figure or maybe a face or something for the viewer to look at. Of course, I'm gonna do my famous lips. You guys get to see me you guys get to see me paint these lips from start to finish. Throw a little red on the lips. They look a little orange because they are kind of oranges. I did mix the color orange and red together to kind of get those colors of that lip. Everything gotta have big lips, you know. Always, whenever you create artwork, have something that's gonna allow people to be able to recognize your art like immediately, and that's these lips. I could paint a lot of little different things in my artwork, but whenever you see the lips, you know it's mine. I have a specific style with them. I've been drawing them since for like forever, but I decided to take them and add them to my paintings. You know, add a little bit of personality. See, I'm just adding a little shadow to the shape. I do want to play around with flat colors a lot, so you notice that majority of it is that flat color red, that flat color blue, and then we got this flat color yellow that I'm adding. I was also teaching a lot of my students about surrealism, abstract, and like all those different techniques that artists have been using forever. And I kind of wanted to put all of that in like one painting. So like I said, I'm working with all the elements. You see, I'm starting to add dimension to some of these shapes to create form. But I also am still using technique, still using the art of illusion, still being simplistic, still using those color schemes, still staying within those color schemes. That's how you create a masterpiece, pretty much. So remember, like, these elements, shape, texture, color, form, line, all of that's going to make your artwork so much better. I cannot assist that anymore. space, background, all that negative space back there. I mean, it's filled with clouds, but I made the clouds so light that it's pretty much just emptiness. The main figure is the front ground, obviously. And now you see I just added some dots, playing around with adding like some planets, a little bit more shapes, throw some shadows on there. So at this point I kind of wanted to add some more illusion. So obviously the red shape have lips, the blue shape it has these balls floating over top of them, but if you look at it, it almost looks like a pair of eyes, and like the yellow tail almost starts to look like a nose to this character. So I kind of wanted to like play around with these basic shapes, you know. This painting's real simple, real easy. I had a lot of fun with it. Pretty much, like I said, I've been trying to practice these things because I've been trying to teach my students like how to use these elements of art, and they're super important. So it's like always keep these things in mind whenever you paint, whenever you draw. Whether you want to go with something simple, because I don't normally draw stuff simple like this, but I was inspired, like I said, by an artist recently, and I just liked how simple one of his paintings looked, but it was like very extraordinary. And this is the final of it. Check out them colors. You see like how bright that yellow, and how bright that blue, and how bright that red is against that background. Come on now. As you see, I threw a little bit of yellow highlights on there. But yeah, this is just like I said, it's a simple painting. I want you guys to just be able to look at that and like talk about it, you know. I wanted to spark a conversation. I want you guys to be able to like have something to talk about when you see this piece. That's what the masters do. They make something simple and make you talk about it. Thanks for sticking with this video, y'all. I really appreciate it. Y'all stay blessed. Have a good one. Love y'all. Peace.